As you can see, it is raining. A little bit of snow here on the ground. We were originally thinking it was going to be snowing the entire time, so we have a nice big sled for this trip. We have a nice hot tent. We're gonna do some hiking, hot tent, camping, cooking up some steaks, just hanging out. The guys are trying to pretend to throw snowballs at me. But yeah, it is obviously not snowing. It is now raining, and it's going to be raining most of the day. About 40 degrees now. Then it's going to drop down to, I think, 22 tonight. And then after that, it's going to go into the teens the next day. So all of this rain is going to be ice. We will see how it goes. This is obviously not in the wilderness. We're at home now. It's Sunday, so this is technically the day we're supposed to be home, but we actually came home last night. On this trip, we were expecting to have a nice winter style type of hike. Rained a whole bunch, so it wasn't necessarily a winter style. There's not a lot of snow. We had a hot tent. It went pretty bad, honestly. We ended up feeling a little nauseous, lightheaded, had a headache. So we got what we could recorded on the GoPro, but we threw the stove out probably around like 11:30 at night, and then the rest of the night we just dealt with the cold. I tried recording more in the morning off of the GoPro. It kept glitching out. So I have that footage in here. I'll keep that in here. But yeah, for those who watch this, it was no joke. We were going to tough it out, but it just wasn't worth it. We packed it all up and we left. Still had a fun time, and now we know not to trust those cheaper stoves. You know, do the research and spend the money if you want to do it right. But overall, it was a good trip. Richard had a good time. We watched through a lot of the footage and he liked it. So it was a good trip, but again, definitely not the way we wanted it to go. So that being said, yeah, enjoy the video.
Oh wait, do you like my mud covers I'll put on them?
I have those in my bag right now.
Yeah, I already know.
We're not in a very good spot to pull this thing. Like I said, it's been raining. So the trail is mostly mud. It's starting to turn into snow, which is nice. Make it a little bit easier bringing it up. Good thing is we're only going about 5 miles, but you can tell it's kind of steep. It's now pouring rain, slipping and sliding.
No bueno. There's a few more hours of rain and it should settle all good, dude.
Yeah, this is something.
It just feels like the army all over again, bud. All the best ways, of course.
All right, we're not even half a mile, not even a quarter mile in. This is rough. Sled kept flipping. Then I see a gallon of water fall out. I'm like, what are we bringing a gallon of water for?
There ain't enough snow.
I should have brought my favorite brick, obviously.
Yeah, he wants to bring a brick. So we're gonna leave the water to the side and pick it up on Sunday. The sled works great when we're on snow, but most of the trail isn't snow, so.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh yeah. And then we just encountered a log too, so we're gonna have to lift it up over that. And we were gonna originally do this sled idea on a 30-mile trail. I'm glad we didn't. I just pulled it for a little bit. Starting to get frustrated. Pants are falling down, gloves are soaked, hands are itchy. Hey, this is how it is sometimes. That's a whole puddle right there, so we're gonna pretty much lift it up over the puddle. And it's like 3 inches deep.
This trail is crazy right now. My right foot is soaking wet.
Yeah, I don't even know if we're gonna make it to the full 5, honestly.
We're hiking up.
And you see it all the way up there out. You're just sprinting through the water with the sled. Guarantee everything on our sled is soaked. I knew it was raining, but I didn't think the trails were gonna be, you know, literal rivers. So we changed plans a bit. We're gonna try to find camp sooner rather than later. Oh man. It's not necessarily that cold, but it's gonna get cold. So all of this water is probably gonna turn to ice. I hope we didn't go too far. We're trying to set up camp. We camped here a while ago when Alex had broken his foot. It's not necessarily far from the car, but with a sled in this terrain and the water, nasty work indeed. So, you know, that's how it goes though. We're having a great time. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Yeah, going that way.
Trip went from 30 miles to like 1.5 real quick, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was so scared. Now I'm good.
The thing is,
Oh
if it was snowing the whole time, I don't think we'd be having an issue. The sled moves so easy, it feels like 2 pounds on the snow, that is.
when we're dragging it through freaking mud and grass and sticks and rocks, man, this thing weighs like 300 pounds, man. Wind's picking up too. Raining a lot harder. So we're probably gonna look for somewhere to camp in here. We just gotta find a spot big enough for the tent. Thinking we found a nice little spot. We're just gonna set up. You know, maybe we'll change it tomorrow or later today even, but as of right now, we're gonna call this area home. A little bit over a mile from the car. Not many water sources, but there's enough water everywhere else. We're gonna, you know, just take a hike, fill up when we need to. We got time.
Are you boys thirsty?
Oh yeah, that was another thing. We didn't leave the gallon back. We decided to strap it, and I'm glad we did.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess we're gonna try to set up here. Hopefully the tent fits. It's a bigger tent. It's the hot tent. So we're hoping that'll fit in here. Right now we're looking for a better spot. The spot that we're currently at isn't bad. It's just we feel like there might be something better. So we're going through now. Transition from mud to snow real quick. A lot of animal tracks, pretty cool to see. I'm not really seeing anywhere we can like set this thing up though. And I think about half a mile up the other way, there's even a little creek, a little run of sorts, and we can fill up our water, filter and everything.
Under my watch, so.
What do you say?
I'm saying maybe right here, but you're saying maybe too small.
I think not only that, but with the snow, I was trying to avoid the snow, so it's not like, at least over there the snow's already gone. But there's another section of this pine stuff up ahead. There may even be a better one up there. Yeah, it's probably about a quarter mile away from where we're currently at, but you know, might be worth it. All right, we'll take a little walk then.
Right then.
Yeah, I'm already thinking, I don't know, about these other spots. It's like, again, we're walking through like 2 to 3 inches of just water.
You tell me there was a lake here?
That's what it feels like. For those who didn't hear, Richard said he was surprised we didn't know there was a lake here. Yeah, this seems more rustic. Not a whole lot of campsites already made. I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of space either. This is maybe a nice little space, but not much nicer than the one we're already at. A lot of down trees. So that's something. Good for the firewood. But I'm really not seeing much of anything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
I see water.
Yeah. I think the spot we're already at is probably best.
Hey, I think we sleep in a boat on the water.
That's not bad.
Make a
Not bad
raft.
call. Yeah, so it looks like we'll be sleeping where we're already set up, and then we'll be drinking water from a puddle. So far, this is horrible content. And most of the time, the screen is just all blurred. But not much I could do about that right now. Gotta get some better gear. Oh wow. Look at that. Yeah, so we're probably gonna move the tent just a little bit further down, and then yeah, that'll be it. That part is in there. Yeah. Alright, so start backing up. Go as far as you can in all corners. You gotta take a look too. See where we want the entrance. Hold it.
That's just spread out. This is me getting it, man.
You pull that on loose.
So I'll just set these if you want to tap them, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, say mountain's real big rock, man. That's a big rock right there. I feel like I could fix that.
Alright. And then pretty much just make sure all these are tight.
I was wondering how this part goes with the pole. Like you just walk up under it, lift it up with the pole.
Unfortunately, the battery died, but as you can see, we got it set up the best we could. The area we're setting up in, we're pretty much on a mountain, so there's not much dirt to really get these anchor points into. So some of them were popping up as we're setting it up, just tossing rocks around some of the edges. Not all of them, you know, so we can have airflow. But like, I keep putting this one down, and it just slowly keeps going back up. So maybe we'll figure out a solution later on. The inside, we just kind of threw over our gear in because of the rain. There's one pole that goes all the way up. That's what kind of holds it up. You could tie off at the top if you wanted to. And there's different lines you can attach to it to make it even more secure. But right now we just have the base of it all set up around. So right now we're gonna start looking for wood and hopefully drying the inside of this out. Doesn't come with the ground, so we set up some tarps. They're all wet now because of our boots and stuff, but it happens. So
Everything's wet, but it's still perfect. Perfectly according to plan. Peachy.
peachy. Not too sure if you can hear. It's still raining, but we decided we're gonna try to start this stove up. Everything's pretty wet overall, so we're gonna see how it goes. We have a little bit of fat wood in there, a little bit of some fire starters, and then we have the driest pieces that we can find. So, you know, we'll see. Fire's going good now. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but everything is steaming. So it's very toasty in here. We were able to get a good amount of pieces cut with the saw, and then we chopped it up and we went for the insides. When you're trying to start a fire in the rain, what you're looking for is a nice dry piece in the middle. So you cut it all out, and then look on the inside, and then you'll end up getting pieces like this, where it's just nice and dry. And a lot of that popping, some of it did have water, so we're slowly introducing it, and then as you can see, we're letting it dry out. So once it dries out, we'll be able to toss it in, and we'll go from there. Yeah, look at that. It's got a nice chunk of them. And in the back, we have our real wet stuff too.
Feels really good in here.
It's good,
And
yeah?
It doesn't smell smoky.
Yeah, no, the smoke went down real well. The temperature is dropping really fast, so it's getting a little cold, but as long as we just keep processing the firewood, getting all the damp stuff in here, letting it dry out a bit, keeping these doors open, all the vents are open. You know, 2 vents up top, 2 on the sides, on the bottom, and then the doors we also have cracked open. Just letting all this get out of here, and hopefully by the time we're ready to hang out and relax in here, it'll be nice and dry. We're also gonna have to clean up the floor. It's all muddy and stuff, but you know, this is all part of it. Still raining. In a couple hours, it's gonna drop down to 22. Right now it's in the 40s, so maybe it's not too big of a drop, but a pretty big drop to us. So we want to try to get much firewood as we can. I found this on the ground, stacked it up, and just cutting it. And then we're gonna split it with the axe, toss it in, we'll be good to go. finished up some cutting. Just make some goofy faces at me. Right now, just having that fire just blasting, trying to keep everything dry in there, warm. Tripped over the fire pile. But you can see here it's real smoky. Everything's catching though, so that is a good sign. Our next concern is going to be water after that. We're going to go down about a half mile, leave our gear here, and we're going to see if the spring that's over there is still flowing. As long as it's flowing, we'll have some water for the night. Hopefully it's flowing well enough that it doesn't freeze over, but we'll find out in a bit. In the tent now, just setting up for camp, ready for bed. We have Alex's mats already set up with a nice tarp, blankets, everything. I have all my stuff on it, so this way I can start working on mine. I have a cot, so I'm putting my cot together now, and after that we'll work on Richard's stuff. Got all the poles set up. So now I just need to thread it through this sheet. See, keeps getting stuck on there.
Yeah, once it gets inside, it just soaks from inside out. And just,
Well, that was pretty good. I was able to get that other pole all the way in without having to adjust it. Trick was just flipping it upside down and just jamming it through. All right, cot is now set up.
I was waiting for it to break. I'm good to get a new one. I really did. whole thing off. I didn't fold. I folded it instead of rolled. And it came with a pad.
All right, bed's all set up. I got my pillow. I got the down booties. On top, I have a 50-degree quilt, a 20-degree top quilt, and then on the inside, I have a sleeping bag liner. Says plus 20. So, in theory, I should be able to get 20 degrees warmer, whatever I'm using. I think that's how it works. Might not, but it does keep me a lot warmer. It's made out of fleece, so it's very nice. Then I have the wool blanket with a little pad, and then obviously the cot. So, as we stated earlier in the video, we were preparing for completely different weather. We were thinking it was going to be frozen everywhere, the ground's really cold, air cold, everything's going to be cold. We were planning for everything to be real cold. So, I'd rather have it than not have it. So I set it all up, and if I don't need it, I'll move it to the side. My only concern with this setup right now is I have this line right here that goes all the way down, and some of the condensation starting to flow down. I'm worried it's going to hit the down, and then the down gets all wet. For those of you who know, with down being wet, it's borderline useless after that, but the stove in the tent will keep us warm if everything fails, but I'm planning for the stove to fail, so yeah, we should be alright though. Looks like Richard got his all set up.
Oh.
He's enjoying it. He got the little pump there.
And I'll do a little more too.
Don't lose him! Earlier on the one side of the tent, the door that we were mainly using, the zipper ended up breaking. User error, 100%. I think the build of this is fine. It was just, we had one side of the door tied up to one of the trees. We had this side tied up to the door, and obviously the flap was open, and tried zipping it up, forgot that was there, and the zipper snapped. So right now we have a rock, and then I velcroed it. So moved everything over inside the tent, just pretty much just swap doors, not a big deal. What is a big deal is that this happens to be right in front of a puddle. So I took a whole bunch of sticks, and then I found some bark laying on the ground. So now when I'm stepping on it, you can see there's water under it, but at least we're not walking in, you know, drenching the place up. So the rest of the day now is just maintaining what we have, just trying to keep the fire going. You see by the white smoke, it went out a little bit. We weren't paying attention, we were setting everything up still, and fire went out, so stoked it back up, and it's going good now. I'm just walking around now looking to get some logs that I can just cut up, and then we can start splitting, because it's going to get dark in probably about 2 hours. You filter it and boil it, it's fine, but you know, it's just something about getting your water from puddles. It's not necessarily easy for the mind. But yeah, so far we haven't seen anybody else. It's just been us three on the trail. It's kind of nice seeing the snow once in a while. Apparently it's going to snow again tonight, so we'll see how everything holds up. But it is kind of weird, all that, I'm guessing it's more like a marsh, and the snow didn't last, it more melted, and all this, it has plants of vegetation, so it sat on that, it didn't seep into the ground at all. And it did rain for probably, I don't know, 14 hours straight before we got here, and then while we were here, so it makes sense why everything is wet. And we did not do anywhere near what we wanted to, but that's okay. Came out here for really testing out the hot tent, seeing how much, you know, we can do with it. And so far it's been holding up in the wind too. It's been real windy, so I definitely think the tent is going to be good.
So, welcome to my wood factory. We got all the finely processed wood right behind the stove, safe distance away. Grab a fine handful, bring it right here. Got some big chunks next to the fire, drying out. Smaller chunks drying on the rack, always rotating them. Got the dry ones going in next right here.
Nice.
Fire opener stick.
All right. Oh, and that's cooking good.
Oh, it's cooking.
We got some meat sticks on the side, just kind of heating up, warming up since it's dropping pretty quick. It's getting pretty cold, so any type of warm food is gonna be nice. Yeah, it's starting to sound like it's rain. Hopefully, it's from the trees with the wind.
It's not.
Stove's starting to turn a little red hot. Whew. Crazy storm just passed us. Real windy. I looked at the weather and it said there's a tropical thunderstorm warning. So yeah, it's kind of what we're dealing with right now. It's slowed down, so before it gets worse, we're gonna start processing some wood, but I'm hoping that was it for the rest of the night and possibly even the entire weekend. So I'm gonna do the cutting. Alex is gonna do the splitting. Since we're using a different door now, you know, it's gonna be a little tricky bringing it in and whatnot, but we'll make it work. We gotta go find some good wood now. How's that look? Not really too sure how well this is picking up on the GoPro, but it's starting to snow / hail, I guess. Just ice coming down right now. It's definitely getting colder quick. I processed from there to here. about half of the tree. We got a decent amount of logs under there, and I already gave Alex a few, so we're gonna have some firewood probably, hopefully, till the end of the night, because Richard is also grabbing some wood, and you know, there's really not much else to do, so just kind of take it easy with the chores, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But right now I'm gonna get the smaller one over there. I cut this in half right here to see if it's dry, and it is, and I think it's small enough that we can just toss that right in the oven. Should just be like normal logs after that, so we don't really need to worry about splitting it. Might split it once just to be safe, but it is super windy. Alex made a little trampoline. For some reason the GoPro keeps shutting off on me. It's saying battery low, but I have 40%. Maybe it's too cold or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it all on. It's getting to that point where it's a little dark. Can't really see in here too well, but battery out there kept dying, so brought it back.
As you can see, it's getting really dark. It's hard to capture this. Just trying to show you, we have a couple stacks of wood here. It's processed down to the size of the stove. Right here we have chopped down wood. Right here, take it by the handful, just sit it next to the stove. Makes it easy to put them on the grill. Once they're on the grill, you just got to be careful, make sure they're not burning. Keep turning them, flipping them. Then we got our dry, clean pile of good burning wood right here. And that is what's keeping us going to be warm tonight.
That one tree that I sawed up and I said it was for logs, here they are. And those ones were chopped up, and then we have some more out there still, but we're hungry, so we're gonna cook up some steaks. I have some steaks here marinating, and butter and all types of seasonings. We got some bowls here. We're gonna throw the steaks in. So yeah, just waiting for this to get a little bit hotter. I just threw the pan on, so I want to give it some time, and then we'll toss on the steaks, start cooking. There's a him over here. That side's gotta go. That side's gonna get a little more cooked. And this guy's just off the stove entirely, so bring him in a little bit. Ugh.
All right, steaks are pretty much done. What steak you want?
Take the one on the right.
This one?
Yep.
Nice.
Little guy, please. Thank you, kind sir.
Steaks and bowls. Look at that steam. Put mine over real quick. Oh, that's looking great. I need a bowl.
Sorry.
Thanks. Steak's real good. Now it's pretty much finished his.
Yeah, steak good.
Good?
Good steak.
Good. Yeah, no, that was really good. So we're gonna make some more steaks after we eat this up, and after that, I think we just have some ramen and hot dogs.
What's mine, dude? Let me get that one.
That's how you flip the steak.
No! Why are you spinning? Just to touch all the steak. He touched every single steak.
That's the thing, trying to hide behind the lid, and then you end up losing like your actual how to do it. Got some Cajun cheddar cheese curds. Gonna melt them up on a steak.
There, seems more natural that way. Thank you.
Gotta try popping them on.
Well,
Wanna try popping some on?
You said that.
That's no bueno.
Whoa. Whoa.
it got too hot.
Show them what we're looking at. Point it back up and then just look at it.
Whoa.
This thing's melting a bit. It's not supposed to. You have to go outside and check.
We got these at Aldi.
Let me try
I
this.
think it's the actual thing.
That's ridiculous.
Oh no, you know what it is? It's freaking sap.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, from the wood?
Yeah.
Because it's not seasoned at all.
And this one?
Thank you, sir.
Oh, cheese fell off. Which one? You want this big one?
Cottage cheese.
Here. I'll get you your cheese.
Oh, cheese. Any of them. nice easy sandwich.
Yeah, it's nice.
They go so good together.
Finished up our steaks with the cheese. It was very good. GoPro battery died again, so this is the 5th battery I have that's charged. So after this dies, I have to wait for all the other batteries to charge. Right now, I'm heating up a little bit of dessert. It's some fried apples with some seasoning, just in a can. Nothing too crazy. To pair with it, I got the butter cookies. You know, I don't know, nice little dessert, I guess. You think of it as like a apple pie or something. I didn't really like how this thing was mixing with the can, so I'm gonna dump it into my pot. Try to. So we're gonna line the cookies up on the bottom of the bowl, and then we're gonna take the hot apples and toss them on top, and it's gonna be pretty good. I just did a little test and it tastes nice. I just want to heat this up a little bit more, so you know, hopefully make us warm. Even with the hot tent, it's still pretty cold in here, but nice warm food will help us out. Oh yeah, that's ready. Nice and steamy, and don't really necessarily need to cook it, we just kind of want it warm, so that's plenty.
Still on sleeping good, hopefully. Don't drop it. Being stubborn.
All right, stove filled up again, so we're taking out some coals. It's pretty cold outside. I was just out there, and we definitely want to get this all cleaned up before bed, so this way we can fill it up and not have to worry about it for a little bit. First scoop. Dump that.
I love you guys. We should probably explain too. Roger's throwing it outside. There's a giant pond. Because all the viewers, it looks like we're just dumping this straight outside right now. No bueno.
Phil.
Yo.
Alright, get some of that ash.
Look in there. I think that's.
You can grab this stuff off the ground.
Yeah, there's nothing on
Start laying them all in.
Now that it's all cleaned out, packing it all in again. Alex is about to head out there and stomp on all the embers just to make sure. Wind started picking it up, so don't want any potential fire spreading. But yeah, you can see it's not necessarily warm in here without the stove. And even when the stove is on, it's still pretty cold. Say the real feel is 13 right now. It's supposed to get a little bit colder throughout the night. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, Wayne, thank you for this new blanket, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, is that a lifesaver? Try not to knock this over. I got these all laid out so I think it's drying out.
Now that the fire's good, we're pretty much just gonna pack it up and hopefully sleep pretty good throughout the night. Not wake up with any headaches or anything. Well, shortly after we filled it up, I realized, I believe the door actually melted. So now smoke is just coming right out the door. My whole tent is starting to fill with smoke. So we opened everything up. You can kind of see it there. We got the vents up there open. So we're hoping that the wind just takes it out and we'll keep it nice and low. Hopefully that'll make a difference. If not, I'm not too sure what we're gonna do. Oh, and that's falling down. That's the pine sap. So that's not good either.
Eso no bueno.
Pretty much from the start, this trip was not going to plan, and that continued. So
It's consistent.
I'm not too sure what we're gonna do. So earlier today I said if it drifts down to this pillar, we have a real big problem. Look at his eyes. This is so bad. Like, you can barely see with how cloudy this place is. Yeah, the door's melted. You got pine sap falling from the front. The zippers over there is broke. Winds are saying gust up to 45 miles an hour.
We're having a great time.
We are having a great time, but this is...
Yeah, we got hot
Wonderful.
dogs.
Yeah,
On
we
the
ate some
menu
steak.
tomorrow. We got some ramen. Stay tuned.
a few hours have passed, and it's gotten so much worse. The whole tent just filled with smoke. We're cold, we're tired. It's also snowing now, but we have all the doors open, so it's not really doing much. So we're probably gonna end up emptying this out as much as possible, just throwing it out there, and then taking the whole freaking stove out. Cause look at that, it's just pouring. No. Oh crap! Camera's all glitched up. All right. Good morning. My screen is now glitching.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can see that, right?
You're green.
What is happening?
Yeah, but it's not filming anymore. That's frozen.
You can see the stove out there, and this whole thing, like, I'm done, dude. So this is what the chimney looked like after the trip. There's obviously some pine sap that all came down, and it's stuck. They're all stuck together because of the pine sap. And the issue is I want to return this today, and I can't return it when, you know, it's not in a box like that. So I'm gonna get my torch, and hopefully it'll melt the pine sap enough that I can pull it apart, and then I'll be able to return it, get a full refund, and hopefully find a stove that'll work. And to be clear, the pine tar is not the stove's fault. That was us burning pine and not necessarily thinking about the impact of doing that. So the stove was fine, the door broke, and it leaked smoke out of a few of the corners, but so I guess the stove wasn't fine. You know, insert laugh track here if you want, but this is very obvious that this pine sap is nasty stuff. There we go. Whoa. Yeah, that's the stuff we were breathing in the tent. That's probably why we got so sick feeling. You can see this black smoke just coming off of this. Nasty work. It sounds like there's a fire on the inside. Oh. Sounds like it, because there is. Probably should have gloves on for this, but you know. There we go. What's up, buddy? A big part of the issue was the pine sap was dropping all the way down onto the chimney, and then going onto the stove, and then sizzling in the tent. Just like a sauna style, except for poisonous gas. Wasn't great. And then another part of the issue is when you close this door, see how it's closed? don't know if you can hear it, but it clicks. And you kind of see the door wiggles. So anytime the smoke was coming out the top right here, you'd push it, then it would come out the bottom. You push the bottom, then it would come out the top. I think it had something to do with the hinges. You'd also see around here, this white, I put that stuff there. It's like chimney putty, chimney cement, did along the back as well. There's holes in here that were supposed to be holding the metal together, and they melted out, and you can see the flame right through the top of the stove. So I knew that was no good because, well, you're seeing flame, smoke can escape. Then again, this was the cheapest stove I found on Amazon, so it's not like, you know, I had too high of expectations. My expectations were it's not going to kill me, and I think it almost did. The way we were feeling, that was unlike anything else I ever felt before. And nauseous, and everyone's slurring words, feeling sick. The stomach started hurting. The eyes were burning. Yeah, so we made a good call and just threw the whole tent out. I wish I recorded more of that, but the GoPro's acting up. I'm just gonna pack it up, get a full refund, and yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching, and take it easy.